back to my channel today, and we are doing a brand new Sims 4 speed build today. And so today is definitely going to be a really great day, just because I'm excited to say that today is a day for me to attempt to build a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom Victorian home with only using base game and the vampire game pack in Forgotten Hollow. And after thorough research of, finding some Victorian home inspiration, 5 days of practice, but also looking at the gallery and some speed builds on YouTube, I am pretty proud on the end result for this one, because I built 3 homes to try to figure out what I wanted to do and how I was going to, make it with the layout on the inside and also on the exterior, because some Victorian homes look kind of funky to me. So I tried it out and it worked quite well. On my second attempt, I was like, oh my gosh, I got it. It's going to be good. And I was like, I didn't even record it. So I was like upset. And so I was like, let's do it a third time and see what happens. I recorded it, took 5 hours to, film. And here we are today doing the voiceover. And let's just be real here. The debug category is literally the best area for you guys to be in, because in case you guys not know, the Sims updated a while back ago, and you have all the packs or some of the packs. Basically what the Sims team did is they gave us all of the world objects with extra objects in the debug category, and I love it because I have all the packs, and so I got over 1,000 plus building by objects that I could use, like, the plants, and then, some decorative stuff, and like the plunger and the toilet paper, all that's different stuff that I could use in my build. And let's just say, I went overboard on the front porch. I don't know why, but it's like when I was going into the debug category and find like some plants and some decorative stuff that I want to place on the outside, because when building like a base game and a 1-pack type of build, it can be kind of boring when you only have like those set things, and if you don't utilize the debug category, your house or build is boring. So I wanted to try something new and see what I could really do. And I, for one, am very, very proud on what I did with the front porch, but also on the side porch as well, because I feel like with Victorian homes, they don't really have like a single front porch. So like they have like a front porch, but they also like have a side porch. So I wanted to have like, 2 different things and see what I could do. And I think the side porch actually comes from the kitchen, and then the front porch goes into like the foyer area. And that is what I wanted to do. And I also added like a second floor to the, a little balcony, only a 1 balcony that goes from the master bedroom. And for the story for this build is I wanted to have at least, a grand master vampire that is like the same level as Vlad, but I also wanted to have a regular sim. So I wanted to have a master grand vampire with a teenage sim and then a baby. So there's going to be like at least 3 or 4 Sims living in this household that will all be vampires, except one will be a human, because what I envision is that one of the teenagers is actually kind of teenager/young adult, is married or currently engaged to the said human sim, but their father, who is a grandmaster vampire, necessarily doesn't really like humans, and this is the reason why they moved from Willow Creek to Forgotten Hollow, for that specific reason, to get away from humans, away from civilization, and kind of just live in the dark and live out their lives as vampires. Even though that this teenage sim/young adult who's going to be a young adult knows for the fact that their lover is going to pass away one day. And it's like Twilight, but it really isn't like Twilight, because it really isn't like that. It's more, low key. But like I said, this teenage sim is about to age up into a young adult, because that's what I want them to be. And they know for a fact that their lover is going to die soon. And so they wanted to, have at least some moments with them while they are still alive. And they want to be together forever and ever. And this human sim wants to become a vampire. But they said, no. The vampire said, no, I'm not going to turn you into a vampire, because that's what I don't want for you. It's all for eternity. And even though we want to be together forever and ever, I don't want this life for you. Because being a vampire is not hard. Being a vampire is very, very hard, but it's like not an easy task to like take a grasp of and dealt with it, because if you're a vampire, you have to stay out the sun or you'll literally burn up into flames, and we don't want that. And so I guess at this point in time, Francesca is the human's name, and then Samuel is the vampire's name, and then Gregory is the Grandmaster Vampire, and then the baby is Delia. So Delia is a baby, Gregory is the Grandmaster Vampire, Samuel is a teenager / young adult, and then Francesca is the human sim. So Samuel is definitely like going through a rough time because his mother like literally burst into flames unexpectedly because she walked outside, of course. And let's just say the mob happened, and there was some controversy because the mother, Samantha, had an affair with Vlad, and it was not so pretty because Vlad and Samantha, they had an affair. They had a vampire baby, and that's why Delia is born. So that's a fun thing. Delia is Vlad's child, and that's very scary. And Gregory didn't really like that. He kind of knew what was going on, but really didn't say anything, and he just kind of let it happen. And he's like, I wouldn't say necessarily he's like okay with it. He was more like, whatever, I have another child in my house that I have to take care of and, teach the ways of the vampire, life. And I think he's gonna get over it eventually, but he's like, still has like a grudge after 200 years, a 200-year-old grudge against Vladimus, who's like literally the town mayor of Forgotten Hollow. And so he's like, I really don't like Vlad as much. And it's like he has to figure out something so he can move on with his life. And even though they're going to live forever, they have to find a way to like settle things so bad things won't happen to good people like Delia and Samuel and Francesca. So everyone's like looking forward to like see how their lives kind of play out. And, Gregory has a little bit of a thing where he wants to turn Vlad into a human and then like drain his blood, where he just basically just dies onto the floor, or he just figures out a way to slay Vlad. So he's basically doing all in his power to find a cure of vampirism, but use it on Vlad and kind of like sneak into his drink and see what happens, basically. Because it's been over 200 years, and Gregory is like over 500 years old, so he knows about the cure of vampirism, but he doesn't want to be a human, because being a human is very mundane, and they don't want to be like that, and so he just wanted to get revenge on Vlad for basically seducing his wife of having another kid with her, but it's not his, it's very, very weird. So he's working down that path, collecting all the ingredients. It's all in his like little inventory that he has right now. And I was going to add a basement to this house for like a secret lair, but I didn't have enough time to do it. And I didn't really want to add it just because on the amount of money this house costs, but also the amount of like time that I had left. Because in case you guys didn't know, which I've never said in my streams, no, I said in my streams, but not my videos. I'm pre-recording because I'm going to Germany literally on Saturday, not today, Saturday. I'm going to Germany next Saturday on the 16th of August. So literally in like, wait, no, hold up. No, 7 days. I'm leaving on Saturday on the 17th. So in 7 days time, next week, I'll be in Germany for an entire week. So I have to pre-record a bunch of videos to get that stuff done. So that's like my reasoning of like not really rushing things, but like trying to get builds and videos out and pre-record them before I leave, 7 days of content. No, 7 days left to pre-record. Technically 6 days to pre-record because no, wait, hold up. Yeah, 7 days to pre-record because I leave like late at night, so that's fine. And then I could like, I'm just like so stressed out because I have 7 days and I come back on the 23rd. Oh my gosh, I'm really stressed out. I feel like I have to pre-record for the entire month in order to like take a week off because literally I come back on the 23rd and then I start school on the 26th. Of August, like on that Monday I start school, my senior year of university. So I'm like, do I just go ahead and pre-record for the entire month and get it over with? Or do I just not do it? Or do I just not upload for like 2 days? I don't know. We'll have to see. Well, I'll figure out my schedule because I have a content calendar of all the videos that I want to do for the rest of the month and kind of getting them prepared. Like I have some Minecraft videos, I have some BitLife videos, I have some build challenges, I have some other stuff I want to do eventually that you guys have requested for me to do for a while, and I'm very excited for it. So that's going to be a lot of fun to kind of pre-record, but also kind of edit to see the footage back and see how I did, and it's just going to be really cool. I'm just very, very excited for this month so I can like, you know, get started with my senior year and I can be done. Like I am ready to be done with my senior year of university. It hasn't even started, but I'm ready to be done. Like I am tired of school. I have been in school literally since the age of 3, I think. 3 or 4. When did I start pre-K? I was probably like 4 or 5. Anyway, like 4 or 5 years old when I started pre-K. Since then, I've always been in school every single year except high school. No, wait. I think my junior year, like when I finished my junior year of high school, I took a summer PE class so I can get like extra school credit. So I can like graduate, not really graduate early, but not have to do it, not have to do PE during my senior year because I hate exercising. So I wanted to take a PE class, like 2 of them during the summer, so I don't have to do it during the school year, which will be easier and kind of get that out the way. And I literally wish that show choir counted as PE or like as an physical activity, because basically what you're doing is you're singing and dancing at the exact same time, trying to control your breathing, but also trying to sing the songs correctly and on the exact tune for a good solid, like, I don't know, 20 minutes straight. And that's a lot of singing and a lot of movement. So I feel like I've been gypped of my youth. They haven't even, like, you know, done it yet. Where I go to high school, they haven't even like put it into the rule book, or you know, the school board hasn't done it yet, where they said if you do show choir, it counts as your school, like, you know, physical activity credit. It's like, why didn't they, like, they need to do that like ASAP because it's a lot of work. So yeah, I just feel like they need to do it so we can get it over with. And I mean, I feel like not everyone can get into show choir because you have to actually sing and dance, but there's a lot more factors into show choir that you have to, you know, it's a lot of work, okay? A lot of work. But it's worth it though. Competitions, traveling, meeting new people, learning songs, dancing, exercise for fun. You get the whole bang for your buck, basically. A lot of fundraising too. It's a lot of money. Yeah, I didn't really earn. I didn't earn. I had to fundraise the heck out of show choir. Like, I remember like very vividly that I sold over $1,000 worth of Yankee candles, and Yankee candles are not cheap. So, yeah, over $1,000 of Yankee candles, and it was a lot of work, but it was totally worth it. Paid for my entire show choir fee. That was like, I don't know, $400, and then I paid for like, I think I paid for half of my show choir fee because my parents paid part of it because I didn't have any money back then and I didn't have a job. But then I paid for all of my New York trip for my choir trip because at the end of the year we went to New York and we performed at Carnegie Hall. I have proof. And we performed at Carnegie Hall. I paid for the entire trip by myself because I fundraised the heck out of it to like get there, because my dream was to perform at Carnegie Hall one day before I die, and I did, and I feel like I've accomplished everything in my life basically, but which I haven't. But it's funny because when I was in 8th grade, I remember when I was in 8th grade, I was gonna audition for show choir because like, oh, I love choir, blah blah blah. I was an 8th grader back then. And I thought I was going to be a singer when I grew up and become a Disney Channel actor. Still have that dream. I'm still going to try to be on Disney Channel until the day I die. Because for some reason, I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because I look young as heck. But people think I'm like 16 or like 14. And like, I don't think I'm really 14 at all. Like, I I don't really act like a child, even though I kind of do, but I just look young, okay? So I feel like I could be on Disney Channel for a very long time by being 23 years old. Like, look at Jason Earls. Like, he was like 30 something playing a 15-year-old on Hannah Montana. If he could play a 15-year-old as a 30-year-old, then I can play a who knows what age as a 20 something years old. I can do it. I can pursue my dreams however I want. So I'm going to try. It's going to work one way or another. Either Disney Channel or some type of televised, thing where I have to learn lines and act and, go on set. I just love Disney Channel, okay? I love anything acting. I can't act the best, but I can act as a character, though. That's the same thing. I can do things, okay? I can definitely do a lot of things when it comes to, like, playing a character and trying different things and see what I could really do. And I feel like I can accomplish those goals if I pursue it and work hard enough to achieve those goals. Like, you can basically do anything in your life as long as you put the hard work and time and effort into it to achieve all of them. And that's what I'm going to do. And look where I am now, in my senior year of college, basically debt free, and I don't have to pay any bills. Like, this is like a dream come true. I feel kind of happy about myself, and it's going to be a good year for me. I just know it. Last year, who knows where I will be in the next, coming year. I have a lot of things planned for my portfolio, for like graphic design wise, and I want to apply for it to be at Adobe, and I got a lot of dreams, folks, a lot of dreams, okay? But let me know in the comments below if you're watching at this point in time in the video. Congrats. You have listened to my voice for like 16 minutes straight. But let me know in the comments below, what are some of your dreams that you want to achieve before a certain age? Because I know, I want to achieve a lot of things before I'm 30, and I kind of want to know what your dreams are. If you see it and you type it, it's going to happen immediately. Just being clear. You write it down, or you say it out loud, it's going to happen. I believe it. I believe in you. But anyway, enough of my little rant or my little story there. But I told you about the story about this family that lives here, a family of vampires with one human. And then I just actually did the nursery that you just saw. So this is like a little vampire bassinet with 2 vampire chairs alongside a little Batty McBat toy. And that's pretty much it. Oh, also a potty chair as well, because I wanted to at least have this baby to, be potty trained once they age up into a toddler one of these days. And I didn't really want to add a big bathroom in the hallway just because I feel like it wasn't really necessary to have that, since we already have a bathroom downstairs that has, I believe, a shower, like a shower tub. And then we have the master bathroom that has, the toilet, the sink, and then pretty much everything else that you need to like survive and clean your body, basically. And I needed all of those for the master bedroom because I felt like with this vampire, they didn't really need a lot of things. That's why I didn't really furnish it all the way through like the other rooms. Plus, it was a bigger room, and I didn't really think they needed all that stuff. So I put a coffin in there. Then I added a piano, a big organ piano, of course, because a vampire needs their organ. And then I added a dresser. And then I believe I also added something else. Some candles, an easel. And that's pretty much it in the bedroom for the master vampire in the master bedroom. And then they have like a little balcony on the outside with their chess table and whatnot. So they have their, their enjoyments. They have their enjoyments as well. So I wanted to keep it to their style. And, Gregory didn't really need a lot of stuff. He doesn't need a lot of things to keep him happy. As long as he has his, organ and his easel, he's definitely okay. And that's all he needs. He's a very basically a minimalist vampire, which sounds kind of weird because he has like this big giant golden like coffin, but it was like kind of passed down to him from like his father. His grandfather is basically a family heirloom coffin, which is very creepy. And also, if you're thinking why does he have a picture of Vlad in his bedroom, it's because he has a sole purpose of destroying Vlad for basically seducing his wife, and it's not good. Samantha was seduced by Vlad, and Samantha from like how long was it ago? Because Gregory's like 500 something years old, and then Samantha, she was a human, so like she was like hypnotized by Vlad, of course, and that was back in like, when was it? I think it was 1847. I think it was like 1847, like it's like 200 some odd years ago, but from like way back then, and they had an affair. And then something happened where basically Samantha was like in like, not really technically in labor. She was pregnant for a very long time, like more than 9 months. And I think what happened is that when Gregory found out that Vlad hypnotized Samantha and having an affair, like, and like basically was pregnant, like Gregory found out that Samantha was pregnant, and he knew for a fact that they did not try for a baby. And so it was like kind of weird, and so he figured out, he put the puzzle pieces together, found it was Vlad, and kind of basically put Samantha to sleep in like this like little chamber thing that he had in his old house in Willow Creek, and basically put her to sleep. And then later on, 200 years later, basically, she had the baby, and Delia was born. And then she died because she basically kind of turned into a vampire for a short moment, because she was basically just dying from childbirth, basically. And Gregory turned her into a vampire at a very split second, and then she kind of burst into flames, literally, because she stepped outside, because she's not a very well-known vampire or very good enough vampire to be, sun resistant. So she died from flames from the sun. Very tragic, very sad. And her tombstone's actually on the side of the house to keep it in the family, which is kind of creepy, kind of awkward, but that's okay. And that's basically it, though. And to be honest, Samuel doesn't want Francesca to go down the same route, where if they end up having a baby together and she's not a vampire and she ends up dying from childbirth, he really couldn't live with himself if that actually happened to the love of his life. So he doesn't really need that. And so he's kind of waiting to see if she comes to her senses, and basically how long they will last. And that's basically the story of the whole 9-yard for this lovely household that I call a dysfunctional, drama-filled vampire family that is not Twilight, but has some sprinkles of little Twilightness in it, though. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below. As always, be sure to like and subscribe, and make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any videos of mine on the channel. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye!